Well, earlier in the week, it was big-time honors for Elkins senior offensive lineman Luke Matthews. And when it comes to major honors in football over the years, no family has done it any better than the Matthews family. More now as we recognize Luke Matthews as our Whataburger Athlete of the Week. Elkins Knights offensive lineman Luke Matthews is already making a name for himself. And with the last name of Matthews, what else would you expect? Luke is following quite nicely in the footsteps of his Hall of Fame father, Bruce Matthews, along with a trio of older brothers in Kevin, Jake, and Mike, who've all played or are currently playing in the National Football League.
It's it's been a blessing to me, definitely. I've loved getting to grow up in my family. It's just the greatest thing I could ever ask for. Having my father and my brothers, all of them to look up to, just learn, how to become a better football player.
We're very proud of Luke, and he's really taken ownership of his career, and he understands it. He loves the fact that he has Matthews as older brothers, and he hopes to emulate them, but he understands also that he's got to take ownership.
At 6'4", 305 pounds, Luke is ranked among the nation's top offensive line prospects. This past week, with his proud parents on hand, Luke received his invitation to play in the U.S. Army All-American game. He's the third of the Matthews brothers selected to this prestigious All-American showcase.
This is definitely a big moment of my life. I've always been looking forward to this as a kid. It's just something that I've always dreamed of doing, and it's crazy right now that it's happening, and I couldn't be more proud and just excited about the whole day.
When you cut it, look at it, you're gonna land right on this.
Prior to Luke's arrival here at Elkins, Knights football coach Dennis Brantley coached older brothers Jake and then Mike, albeit the Matthews brothers have all been pretty well schooled in their own right.
We always call it the Matthews way. I always tell the coaches, don't mess it up. Whatever they want to do for us technique-wise, we're going to do it. And so is evidently just look at the Matthews family from Bruce to his brother Clay, that they're doing something right.
Beyond Elkins, Luke's brothers played for Texas A&M before embarking on NFL careers. So not surprisingly, the tradition continues at College Station next season for Luke.
It was always the first choice I've had. Texas A&M has felt like a home to me, and I've loved it ever since my older brother Kevin went there. He started out, and then Jake, then Mike, then me next year. And it was definitely, it was a dream come true for me. I love it.
And while Luke's siblings have been a major influence on his current football path, it's ex-Houston Oilers great and his NFL Hall of Fame dad who's played the biggest role.
Definitely my dad. He's been the biggest influence for everybody in my family, and he's just every game, every practice that I show him, he'll always be, or you could do this to get better at this.
I think the big thing for Luke is he's been blessed with size, and he's been around it his whole life. He didn't really stand a chance, I think, to play any other sports, but I think the big thing for him is just understanding what an opportunity it is.
When you add to the mix Luke's grandfather, uncle, and a pair of first cousins, an amazing 8 members of the Matthews family own an NFL resume, a resume likely to one day include the youngest of the Matthews brothers.
Of course, I'd love to get to the NFL too. That's been a dream of mine ever since I was a kid. And first, obviously, I got to go through college, get my degree while I'm there, and make a name for myself to hopefully make it to the elite level one day. I've always wanted to do that ever since I was a little boy, watching my brothers and my dad out there.